Welcome to Around the House, sponsored by Romac Building Supply. I'm your host, Don Magruder. If you'd like more great homeowners tips, go to aroundthehouse.tv where you can sign up for our YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter. John Ward from Kolbe Windows Doors is joining us today, and he's going to discuss the new line of Forgent windows. It's a great window for the state of Florida. Additionally, from custom homes to historic districts, Kolbe is a leading manufacturer of windows and doors. So with that, I'd like to introduce John Ward from Kolbe Windows Doors. Good afternoon, John. How are you doing?
Very well. It's a pleasure to be here.
John, we're excited to have you here. It's a great window, and we're going to get to look at these windows a little later. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and Kolbe Windows Doors.
Absolutely. As you said, my name is John Ward. I'm the regional sales manager for Kolbe. I handle the state of Florida and our distribution network. I work with our distributors such as Romac Lumber and Supply, as well as our builders and architects throughout the state.
Do me a favor and talk about the type of windows that are manufactured at Kolbe, because you guys are a pure old school window manufacturing company. You build them in Wausau, one of your plants. Talk about what the type of windows you manufacture.
Sure. So Kolbe was established in 1946 by Herb and Irvin Kolbe, and it's a very family-oriented organization. Actually, their daughter, Judy Gorski, is the CEO. So we're very proud to work as a family unit. And with that, we have been in business now for over 70 years. Everything that we manufacture at our plant based in Wausau, Wisconsin, which is central Wisconsin, is custom made to order. So with that, we'll answer some more questions.
John, what is the most popular lines here in Florida?
It's a great question. So traditionally, it has been our Ultra Series, which is an aluminum-clad product, so a aluminum on the exterior and a full wood interior. And then now we have developed a new product line called Forgent Series, which has really taken the Florida market by storm.
Okay. Now, you guys do an aluminum-clad window, and it's got a wood base. Talk about that window.
Sure. So that would be the Ultra Series. With that, you have an extruded aluminum exterior. It's available with over 50 color options, also custom as well. You also have the availability of over 20 finishes on the interior wood. Very good lead times out of Wisconsin, usually about 6 to 7 weeks, and is usually more geared towards the architectural side of things, but at the same time, it's used for renovations, so on and so forth.
So it's an aluminum-clad window. So it's got a colored aluminum, a wood look on the inside that can be finished or unfinished, correct?
That is correct.
And it gives you that appearance of a wood window, but with that protection of aluminum. But now the Forgent Series, this new line of windows that you have, is offering a product called Glastra. Tell us about Glastra.
Absolutely. So Glastra technology is proprietary to Kolbe Windows and Doors. And what it is a fiberglass with a UV polymer reinforcement. And what that does is it adds unrivaled strength and overall stability to the window.
And John, as far as the glass it goes, there's different types of glass that you can put in your window, right?
Correct.
There's talk about the various type of low E's and argon and also the impact glasses.
Of course. So as Don said, there are different variations when it comes to your glazing options. Usually you're going to be using a insulated glass unit. Generally that will have a airspace between two lights of glass, and it is usually either an air or a argon gas between those two lights of glass with an application of low E, which can either be a low E 366 or low E 270 depending on the area in which Florida building code requires. The low E, what it will do is help out with the solar heat gain coefficient, which is basically keeping the heat out of the dwelling, and then also helps out with U values, which keeps the preferred temperature on the interior of the dwelling comfortable.
And John, the type of projects you guys do, you do all projects, but a lot of your projects are bigger custom homes, more historical homes. This Forgent series, so goes down to more even builder grade homes, doesn't it?
Correct. So generally with Kolbe, we pride ourselves on being architecturally correct. So from the inception, for new custom residential design, historical, but all the way to renovations, remodels, retrofits, so on and so forth. And that is throughout all of our product lines.
All right, John, let's go to the Romac Building Supply show and tell desk, because we want to actually look at these great windows and some of the features. When people sit in, I think they're going to really like it. You need to stay tuned, because when we return, we're going to show you these beautiful Kolbe Forgent windows. They're a new technology that's really sweeping the state of Florida. See you in a few moments. Welcome back to Around the House, sponsored by Romac Building Supply. I'm your host, Don Magruder, and we're at the Romac Show and Tell desk with John Ward. He's the regional sales manager for Kolbe Windows Doors. John's got some window items he's going to show us that look wonderful. John, what type of windows do we have up here? This looks like a casement, and this looks like a double hung. What's the features of a casement and double hung window?
Absolutely. So a casement window is going to crank out, while you have a double hung, which is going to move up and down vertically with the sashes. And
the nice thing about double hungs, a lot of our friends from up north are used to those, because you can actually get air moving in your house and it won't go down so far and lock in. This is a great product. Both are very popular in the state of Florida. John, tell us specifically about this Glaster technology. Now, what do we have here?
So right here, we have a double hung corner section. Okay. And with this corner section, we have our ladder chamber design. And that is proprietary. That's very important. The ladder chamber design allows better energy efficiency, and you can see how beefy in that gauge of the window without sacrificing the sight lines when looking at it straight on. Now, which is even more impressive, is that we do not utilize any aluminum or steel within the window. Now, that would more or less negate the whole purpose of energy efficiency.
Yeah, by being this Glaster, and that's another thing, it's not a vinyl window, it's a Glaster product. It has a lot of strength to it, but it doesn't bring the cold or warm weather outside, inside, so it's very inefficient, energy efficient, isn't it?
Correct. It's one of the most energy efficient windows on the market.
And what type of glass do you have in that product?
So this is simply a insulated piece of glass that would have an application of low E, as we discussed earlier.
Okay, but that's a full Glaster series window, right?
Correct.
Now, I notice on the outside, let's talk about the color. I see this is unusual. In most vinyl products, and this is not vinyl, this is Glaster, you can't do a dark finish. What type of finishes do you offer in this Forgent series of windows, and how can it survive the Florida temperatures?
Sure. So number one, all of our Forgent series are Florida product approved per Florida Building Code. When it comes to the different color options with Forgent series, you're going to have a midnight, you'll have a cloud available, you'll also have a Sahara, and then you'll also have a bronze. And now what's very interesting is that you are able to do dual color options. So for example, you can have a midnight exterior with a cloud interior and do a split finish.
Okay, so you could actually have a dark finish with a light finish on the inside, or vice versa, or you could make it all the same finish.
That's correct.
That's highly unusual, especially in a lot of the vinyl products being offered. Now, what is this what's this sample of, John?
So these are our adapters that go into our accessory groove, and this allows you to add sill nosing, J-channel, and other different variables when it comes to finishing the overall aesthetic of the dwelling.
So, for example, if you've got a brick house or a sided house, that will help you make sure these windows fit in properly and they look neat and clean.
That is correct.
Okay, now, I see this one. Tell us what do we have here, John?
So what's really great about the Forgent series is that within the series, you basically have two products within the same series. So you could utilize the full Glaster, so Glaster on the exterior and Glaster on the interior, but at the same time, should you choose, you could do a wood interior as well. And it can either come as an unfinished pine with primed latex, factory finished with black or white paint, and also staining options as well.
So you actually could get Glaster on the outside, which would handle the elements and last a long time. But if you wanted that rich wood look, you can get an unfinished wood or a finished wood.
That is correct.
That's unusual. Now, do you offer impact glasses and such as that?
We do, and that's a great question. Other than the Central Florida market, we do offer a coastal application, but it can also be used throughout the state of Florida. It is impact glazed, and it is certified for different zones for hurricane impact. Now, one benefit of impact glazing, not only for coastal applications where it's required, but also when it gets into the central state of Florida, it also will dampen the amount of sound that transfers through the window.
We're finding out that a lot of people here in Central Florida, like the Villages area, there's two other things. Number one, if you have this type of impact glass, you typically don't have to board up your house. And the other thing is a security reason. You can't break through that glass hardly.
That's correct. So that's one great feature, even if you're not in a coastal area, is that it really does dampen the possibility of an intruder entering your home.
Now, John, you're showing here a casement window and a double hung window. But now this is where Kolbe, because you're such a, your company does such custom and architectural windows, you can basically do any shape or size, can't you?
That's correct. We pride ourselves on being one of the most distinctively customizable manufacturer of windows and doors. So any geometric shape, any double hung size, any casement size, we will manufacture it down to the 32nd of an inch if you wish.
Now, there's also, you offer these products also in doors, don't you?
That's correct. So you have a complementary product with swinging and in-swinging doors, as well as a patio sliding door as well.
And I know at Romac Building Supply in the Leesburg location, they have a beautiful accordion door, but it's not glass, it's the aluminum clad series. But it's amazing. You can make huge door openings and room separators almost, can't you?
Correct. So we offer the folding door system that you just mentioned, a multi-track sliding door and lift and slides, spanning all the way up to 23 feet in width, 8 feet to 10 feet in height, depending on the series.
Now, windows like this are generally how many weeks out? Because each window is manufactured, correct?
Correct. So when it comes to the assembly line, nothing is more or less, I would say, cookie cutter. Everything is custom, even within the Forgent series, just like the Ultra series, which we always deem as more architecturally correct, but still builder-centric. Now, when it comes to lead times, even though we're all the way up in Wisconsin, for a non-impact window, usually we're around 3 to 4 weeks with lead time, which is extremely impressive from coming so far up north. And then for impact-rated products, usually about 5 to 6 weeks.
And this Glaster window is really a big mover here in the state of Florida, because most people in the state of Florida, because of the energy efficiency ratings, have to do something like this, but they're a little concerned about the vinyl. John, why should people choose Kolbe Windows and Doors?
Kolbe prides itself on being extremely innovative, as well as being at the forefront of all trends in the window and door industry. But at the same time, we also like to set trends, which is why we are demonstrating a Forgent series today, because there's nothing else like it on the market.
John Ward from Kolbe Windows and Doors, thank you for being our guest. You've showed us some great products, and thank you for watching Around the House today. Be sure to go to aroundthehouse.tv where you can sign up for our YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter. Until next time, we will see you around the house.